All right. So in today's class, we are going to be looking at slideshow and presentation delivery. Slideshow and presentation delivery. And under that, we're going to be looking at running a slideshow. That is, starting and navigating slideshows using presenter view. Those are the two that we are going to be looking under running a slideshow. Starting and navigating slideshows. Then using presenter view. Then we will also consider slideshow setup. Rehearsing timings. Setting up slideshow options. Creating simple custom slideshows. Rehearsing timings. Setting up slideshow options. Creating simple custom slideshows. And then the last part of it, preparing for sharing. Saving in different formats. You can save in PDF. You can save in video. Then in inspecting presentations. You can carry out some inspections. Maybe there are some hidden properties or some errors or whatever that you want to correct. Then we have basic protection. You can protect your PowerPoint slides. You can impute password, restrict editings. You can even include signatures and some other things. Then adding and managing comments. So those are what we are going to be looking at this morning. So now I have come up with some slides to explain what we have this morning clearly. Slideshow and presentation delivery. We're going to be looking at the step-by-step, the procedures, and how to go about it. Now, the first part, running a slideshow. That is, starting and navigating slideshows. Now, let's assume you have prepared your slides, just like as I have prepared 16 slides for this class. And I want to run the slides to be showing, to display. So how will I do that? Now, if you look at your keyboard, there is a keypad that is labeled FN. Try to locate it towards the left side of your keyboard. The lower part, you're going to see the control key. Then after the control key, you will see the FN, the function key. Then you will see the window key. And you're going to see the Alt key. Click the function key and press F5. Now, I just did that. And what happened? It has brought out the slides for me. Well, you will notice something, that when the first slide came up, after some time, it changes to another slide. Now, why is it doing that? Let me escape. One of the subtopics that we are going to be looking at has to do with rehearsing timings. Rehearsing timings. So I have done some timing on each of the slides, and that was why it was moving by itself. So, but when we get there, I'm going to explain better. You will understand it better. So now, if you want your slides to come up, to display, to show, you press that function key, you hold it, and you press F5. F5. That's the shortcut. Function plus F5. Then again, you can come to the lower part of your slide. Just like you will see different options there. You will see notes, you will see comments, you will see normal, you will see slide sorter, you will see reading view, then you will see slideshow. If I click on that slideshow now, it will come up. Now, this is the first slide. Now, if you want to navigate, it's either you are going to see your arrow key. You will see the right arrow key. You will see the left arrow key. You will see the up. You will see the down. When you click the right arrow key, it will move to the next slide. When you click again, it will move to the next slide, and so on like that. If you want to go back to the previous slide, you press the left arrow key. When you press the left arrow key, it will go back. I'm pressing it, and it's going back. Again, you can also decide to be pressing the enter key. If you want to move, now I'm pressing the enter key. When you press, it keeps moving. It keeps moving. As you are pressing it, it keeps moving. So it's either you use the right arrow key to move to the next slide, or you press the enter key to move to the next slide. Now, I want to press the escape key, escape from the slideshow. Now, I want to go back. So, the purpose of running a slideshow is to present slides to an audience. You have prepared it, and you want to display it to the audience, to the viewers, to see what you have prepared. That is the purpose. So like I said, when you press the function plus the F5, it will start from the first slide. But let's assume now, currently, let me move to the third slide. I'm in the third slide now. If I want to start from the third slide, then I will only press Shift plus the F5 key. Now, let me move to the third slide. I want this place to start. Then I will press the Shift and F5. That is exactly where it's displayed. Shift plus F5 is going to start from the exact slide that you are currently. But if you want it to start from the beginning, from the first slide, you will press function plus the F5 key. For example, now I'm in the fourth slide, but I want it to display from the first slide, function F5. You see, it started from the first slide. That is it. But if I want it to start from the current slide that I am presently, then I will press the Shift and the F5, and it will display it automatically for me. So that is on that. I believe we are getting something. So like I said, use right arrow or space bar for next slide. Oh, very good. Space bar. Okay. So for example, if I click this and I keep pressing, so you see that I press, you see, the space bar, or I press the enter key. So either the space bar, the enter key, or the right arrow key, it will move to the next slide. So use the left arrow for previous slide and then press escape to end the show. So if you want to end it, you press the escape. So you can decide to create 3 slides on your own that has title, objectives, conclusion. And then when you press F5, like function F5, so it's going to display it for you. It's going to show it for you. And then you will be able to, audience can be able to see what you are displaying. All right. So now you can also include some transitions or animations to your slide. For example, if I go to my first slide and I can decide to include some animation, maybe this detailed practical guide with example and step-by-step procedure. I want it to fly in. I have clicked flying, or I want it to split in, or I want it to fade in to appear, whichever one. Okay, wipe in. I can also choose, there are so many options I can choose. Spin. If I want it to spin, then I have added spin now. If I show it, if I click slideshow and I press the arrow key, the right arrow key, you can see it has, presented it for me because I added flying. Okay, so I can decide that, okay, I don't want it anymore. So you try to remove it. And then it will be removed from there. So you can also add okay, so that's the transition. There are so many transitions here. We have cover, we have flash, we have cut. Then we also have some animations. So it depends on if you want to add animations. These are some of the animations that you can add. Okay, you can choose anyone that you want, and then it's going to work for you. So, and if you don't want any animation, you press none, like just like that spin. Now I've added spin animation, and then if I don't want animation anymore, I will just click on none, and then it will remove. So you can decide to add animation to all your slides, and then it will work for you by the time you want to do the slideshow. So that is on that. Then now, presenter view. What does presenter view does? Presenter view shows notes, timer, and then next slide. Now, normally, what we use presenter view to do is that, for example, you want to add some notes to your slides, and you don't want the audience to see the notes, then you need to make use of presenter view. How will you do that? After you have added the notes to your slides, then you will go to slideshow. When you go to slideshow, you are going to see use presenter view. You are going to tick it. Now it's ticked already. If I don't want to use presenter view, I will uncheck it. So, but if I want to use it, look at what they said. They said presenter view shows the full screen slideshow on one monitor and a speaker view on another monitor showing a preview of the next slide. Your speaker notes, a timer, and more. So if you use presenter view, the speaker will see the next slide, but you have not seen it. The presenter will see whatever notes that you have written under that your slide. But the people you are presenting to, the viewers, they are not going to see that notes. So by the time you want to try that, you try to connect a projector to your system. And then there's a second screen that will be displaying. That screen will only be viewed by the viewers. They will only be seeing what you want them to see, the slides. But the notes that you have written under that slide, they will not see it. You are the only one that will see that note. It's unfortunate that I won't be able to connect to a projector for you to see it, what you are trying to say. But it's something you can practicalize. So now, that's why they say presenter sees notes, audience sees slides only. Audience sees slides only. So how can you do that? Create speaker notes on each slide. Start slideshow. Select presenter view. Then read notes while presenting without displaying them to the audience. So they will not know that the notes you are reading is under the slide, but the audience will not see it. You are the only one that can see it. Okay? So that is how to do that. Now, let's look at how we can create speaker notes on each slide in Microsoft PowerPoint now. Like I've said before, speaker notes are private notes that only the presenter can see during a presentation. When using presenter view, they help you remember important points without putting too much text on the slide. So you can, method one, you can add notes in normal view. What's the step? Open your presentation. Then open the PowerPoint presentation you want to edit. Step 2, select a slide. Click the slide where you want to add notes. Step 3, display the notes pane. At the bottom of the PowerPoint window, you will see click to add notes. If you do not see it, you can go to View tab, select Notes or normal view. The note pane should appear below the slide. We are going to do this. Step 4, type your notes. Click inside the notes pane and enter your notes. Now, example. Suppose your slide title is Introduction to Excel Functions. Now, let's go. I want to create a new slide. I press Ctrl N. Now, this is a new slide. And they told us, they said, suppose your slide title is Introduction to Excel Functions. Now, let me go and type that. Introduction to Excel Functions. That's my title. Okay. Then they now said, your speaker notes could be, welcome everyone. Today, we will discuss common Excel functions, explain the importance of formulas in data analysis, give examples of sum, average, and if functions. Now, that is what I want to type. So let me highlight it and copy it. Now, what did they tell us? They said method 1. Now you will notice something. Under this slide, look at, you see where my cursor is. We have click to add notes. Is there. Click to add notes. I hope we can see it. Click to add notes. So if I click it and I want to paste my notes there, I'll press Ctrl V. I have already pasted it actually. If I want to view it, look at it. This is the notes. Welcome everyone. Today we will discuss common Excel function. Explain the importance of formulas in data analysis. Give examples of sum, average, and if functions. Now I have added the notes. Then, if I click slideshow, now, if I click slideshow, and I've already used presenter view, then if I click slideshow, okay, now, immediately, normally, the notes that I included, they are there. But because I am not using, normally I'm supposed to connect projector to my system. And then when I show this slide, I'm going to be seeing the notes. I'm going to be seeing the notes on my own because I am the presenter. But the viewers will not see it. So that is what it does. And then eventually, in another way, you can come to view. When you come to view, what did they tell us? they said we can go to note pages. That's another method. And then you click on this and you paste your notes there. Now I've pasted my notes. You can see it now. I've pasted my notes. This is my actual slide. Introduction to Excel functions. And then my notes is under it. So if I do slideshow, this is the only thing that people will see. But I am the only one, the presenter. I am the one that will see the notes that is under that slide. But because I am not connecting project, by the time I connect projector now, it will only display this other one, introduction to Excel function. That is the only thing that you will see on the screen. While me, I will be seeing welcome everyone. Today we will, so people will not know that what I am reading is already in that under that slide. People will not know. They will think that this guy is just reading it off head or off hand, whichever one. So I will just say welcome everyone today, and I'll be looking at the screen. I'll be, today we will discuss common Excel functions, explain the importance of formulas in data analysis. Then we will give examples of sum, average, and if function, how we can find sum using Excel, how we can use average and all those things. So they will not know. Anything I want to explain, the explanation of whatever I'm presenting, I can put it as notes. And then I'll be moving to the next slide. Okay, now, for example, now, if I go to this other slide now, maybe I want to add that same note. Okay, I come here. I come to view. Sorry. When I come to view, then I put page notes, note page. Let me put that. Welcome everyone, all those things. Now, it's on the first slide. Okay, you see now, see, there are notes. This other one, if I want to paste, you see the same thing there. Then I move to the next slide. I paste again. I move to the next slide. I keep on pasting. All the notes that I want under each slide, paste it. Then, by the time you connect your projector, if I connect projector to this my system now, you will only be seeing what you will be seeing in this slide now is using presenter view. Presenter view shows notes and all. That's the only thing that you viewers will see. But welcome everyone. Today we will they will not see it. I am the only one that will see that. So I can continue like that, and I will be talking about. I will be reading the notes I want to talk about on each slide. I am the only one that can see it. Others will not be able to see it. So that is what we are talking about. Okay, so that is on that. I try to press Ctrl Z to go back. So so that is how. Then they said step 5, repeat for other slides. Move to the next slide and enter notes in the notes pane. Method 2, use note page view. Click the view tab. I've explained that. Select note page. PowerPoint will display the slide at the top, a large note section underneath. Then step 3, type detailed explanations in the note area. Anything you want to type it there. This view is useful when preparing lecture notes for presentation scripts. Then viewing speaker note during presentation. You click slideshow tab, then check use presenter view. Connect a projector or second monitor if available. Then start the slideshow by pressing F5. You will see current slide, next slide preview, speaker notes, timer, navigation controls. That is what the presenter will see. You will be able to see the next slide even before the audience will see it. You'll be able to see the notes, the timer, and the control. The audience will only see the slides. That is it. So, practical example. Suppose you have a presentation on hypothesis testing. Slide 1. So, I will give you this one maybe as an assignment. You know, you include title slide, then the contents, hypothesis testing, then the speaker notes now. What you don't want the audience to see, but you are the only one that will see it. Introduce yourself. Explain that hypothesis testing is a statistical decision-making process. State the objective of the lesson. Those ones, audience will not see it. You are the only one that will see it. Then in your slide 2, steps in hypothesis testing. That's the title. Then the content, state hypothesis, select significant level, compute test statistic, make decision. Then what is the note that you don't want them to see? Explain each step carefully. You will not explain it there. Use a classroom example involving students' course. Emphasize the meaning of significant level. Then you go on to slide 3. Example, that's the title. Content, you put H0, mu is equal to 50, H1, mu is not equal to 50. Then the speaker note, explain the null and alternative hypothesis to them. In the note, show how to calculate the test statistic, interpret the result. So now you can also print slides with speaker notes. If you want to print it, that the notes will be together with the slides. How will you do that? You click File, then you click Print, or you press Ctrl P. Under Settings, select Note Pages. Then you will click Print. Okay, if we go back, let me add notes to this one. This is my notes plus the slide. Now, I want to print Ctrl P. Then, you are going to click Note Pages. You see now, this is what is going to print for you. Under Settings, you will see Slides. Initially, it was full page slides. Then the next one, you will see Note Pages. You will see Outline. You will select Note Pages, and then you now print. Then it will print for you. So that is how to do that. Okay. Now, let's continue. I hope we are following my explanation. Please, if you are following, I want your response. You can unmute yourself. Yeah, I still want response. I still want you to talk. Somebody should unmute and talk. I know that you are following.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. So let's look at rehearsal timings. You can mute yourself again. You can mute. Okay, somebody is raising hand. Samuel, I can see you are raising your hand. Do you have any question? If you don't have any question, then you can lower the hand. Emeka.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, sir. It is understandable, but if you can forward the vote on time, I will understand better, sir.
If I can do what?
Send the video to us on time, sir. I can understand it better, sir. I'm not catching
Of
some
course,
things.
I'm going to send the recording. You mean the recording, right?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
We will send it. We will send it. But just
Okay.
follow the class as it's going. But definitely,
Yes, sir. I'm doing that, sir.
we are making the recording of the video of the class. So after the class, we're going to do the conversion and then we'll send it to the Google Classroom.
Okay, sir.
So thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You can lower your hand.
Thanks.
So since there's no other question again, let's go ahead. Let's look at rehearsing timings. It is used to practice presentation duration. For example, you want your slides to be controlling itself, to be moving by itself, and you want to time it. That is the essence of rehearsal timing. So when you go to slideshow, rehearse timings, PowerPoint record time spent on each slide, save timings when finished. That is what it does. Now, let's look at an example. You can spend 20 seconds on slide 1, 30 seconds on slide 2, and 10 seconds on slide 3. Then you save timings, run slideshow to observe automatic progression. Now, let me do that. Now, let me go back to the first slide. Let me click slideshow. Under slideshow, I am there. You are going to see different options from beginning, from current slide, custom slideshow. We are still coming to that custom slideshow. Setup slideshow, hide slide, rehearse timing. This is where we are going. Rehearse timing. We have record, then we have play narrations, use timings, show media controls. So we will click rehearse timing. Now, look at it. There's a recording by the top left. 9, 10 seconds. Now, if it gets to 20 seconds, I'm going to click the next slide. 20. I've moved to the next slide. Now, it has automatically recorded 20 seconds for that first slide. I'm following the procedure they told us. The second slide now should be 30 seconds. So I'm waiting. Immediately it gets to 30 seconds, you move to the next slide. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. I move. The third slide, I want this one to be 10 seconds. 10 seconds. 10. I move to the next one. So you continue like that. Now, maybe this one should be 5. I move to the next one. Maybe this one should be 3. I move to the next one. Maybe this one should be 2. I move to the next one. Then this one, 1 second. Then that's all. Okay. Now, by the time I press escape, look at it. It's telling me immediately I press that escape. It said the total time for your slideshow was 1 minute 25 seconds. Do you want to save the new slide timings? Then you say yes. Now, after I have done that, I can now go to slideshow. When I click slideshow, I will remove my hand. I'm not going to move to the next slide, or maybe press right arrow, or maybe press enter key, or maybe press the space bar. I will just leave it. It will move by itself. I didn't press anything now. I'm just watching it. When the thing reach 30 seconds, it will move by itself. It has moved. This one, I think the first one was 20 seconds. So this one we read for 30 seconds. So I'm watching. Is still on running a slideshow. Before you know now, it will move by itself. You will see that the duration of this one is longer than the first one because this one is 30 seconds. It has moved. This one is expected to be 10 seconds. Now let's watch. Oh. The duration of this one will not stay longer. It will soon move now. It has moved. This one is 5. Using presenter view, it has moved. This one is 2. It has moved. This one 1. And that's all. So you will notice that we have setting up slideshow option. That's where we are now. Okay. So definitely, okay, we have creating a custom slideshow. So let's see what happened. Creating a custom slideshow. We are still in creating a custom slideshow. Creating a custom slideshow. We are still there. It's not moving. What happened? Because I did not include timing. I only stopped at slide 8, I guess. So, and when it got to slide 9, it has stopped moving. It has stopped moving. So that is on that. So that is how to include rehearse timings on your slides. Okay, it's going to put it for you. So it depends on the duration you want it to be, then it's going to put it for you. So that's on that. Now, that's what it said, and we have tried that. So it runs slideshow to observe automatic progression. So it will be moving by itself. So let's go to setting up slideshow options. If you go to slideshow, you're going to see setup slideshow. I am there, setup slideshow. Choose presentation type. Select looping options. Choose whether slides advance manually or automatically. This is what I'm saying. These are the options that you have presented by a speaker. So now I have explanation of all this. I want to show where I have the explanation. So this is it. So So let's look at the explanation of all the options under Setup Slideshow in Microsoft PowerPoint. The Setup Slideshow feature allows you to control how your presentation behaves when it is presented. It is especially useful for lectures, conferences, exhibitions, kiosks, and self-running presentations. How to access Setup Slideshow, I've shown you already. Open your PowerPoint presentation, click the Slideshow tab, click Setup Slideshow. The Setup Show dialog box will appear with several sections. So the first one, we have Show Type. Show Type. This section determines how the presentation will be displayed. This section determines how the presentation will be displayed. Now, the first one, presented by a speaker. Look at it. Presented by a speaker. That's the full screen. So we have the purpose. This is the default option for most presentations. What happened? Presentation occupies the entire screen. Presenter controls slide movement. Presenter view can be used. That is, then it is best for lectures, seminars, conferences, and classroom teaching. So if I choose presented by a speaker, those are the benefits of that. The presentation occupies the entire screen. The presenter controls slide movements. Presenter view can be used. So example, a lecturer teaching financial mathematics projects slides in a classroom and advances slides manually. So we have to be doing it manually because so now the second part, browsed by an individual. Browsed by an individual. That's the window. Purpose allows the presentation to run inside a PowerPoint window rather than full screen. What happens? Presentation appears in a resizable window. Users can switch between applications. Best for self-study material, computer-based tutorials. Computer-based tutorials. Then example, students studying Excel functions on their laptop can view slides while simultaneously practicing in Excel. So what are we trying to say? If you go back to this place and I select browse by an individual and I click OK and I click slide show, now you will notice something. I want to shift that thing out. Now, let me bring it down so that you can see what I'm saying. Now, you will notice something, that when I chose the second option, you can see PowerPoint slideshow, week 8, PowerPoint guide. You can see all those things there. But by the time I click the escape button and then I click setup slideshow again, maybe let me choose the first option and I click OK. Then I say, you will not see that again. You will not see that right up there again. I don't know whether you are noticing that. That write-up is no more there. This is a full screen now. But if I go back and I go and choose the second option, browse by an individual, and I say, okay, look at it now. It will be showing as I'm moving. It will be showing that PowerPoint slideshow, and then you will see that it's showing some options under here for me. I can see different options: normal, slide sorter, reading view, slideshow. Okay, but let me go and choose the first option. You will not see all those options there again. If I click OK and I say slideshow, you will not see them. You see, you cannot see them anymore. So that's the difference between the two of them. So then the third one, browse at a kiosk. That's full screen. It creates a self-running presentation. It creates a self-running presentation. What happens? Viewers cannot manually navigate slides. Okay? Viewers cannot manually navigate slides. Presentation loops automatically. User interacts only through buttons or hyperlinks you create. So that is the third option. Best for trade fairs, museum displays, reception areas, information kiosk. Example: a university admission office display admission requirement continuously on a monitor. Now let me practicalize that. For example, I come back and I say, I choose browse at kiosk and I click OK. Setting up slideshow. Now, if I click it, let me see what happens. What did you notice? You will notice that it's not moving. Maybe this is what you want to be displaying to the audience. Then that is what will be there. It will not move anymore. It will just stay there. So that is what, and then maybe you can decide to add maybe animations or whatever, and it will be coming up. It will be coming up. But that is the only slide that it will be showing. That is what that place is saying. It said, viewers cannot manually navigate slide. You cannot move. Okay, you cannot move the slide. If I go back, I think it's still there. Okay, if I click OK and I say slideshow, if you press the right arrow or the enter or the space bar, it will not move. It will only stand there. That is the purpose of that browse at a kiosk. So viewers cannot manually navigate slide. Presentation loops automatically. Users interact only through buttons or hyperlink you create. So that is on that. So like a university admission office display admission, it will just be displaying it, but it will not move. It will just stay there. Then we have another one, number 2, show options. These settings control presentation behavior. A, loop continuously until escape. Purpose, makes the presentation repeat indefinitely. It will just be moving by itself continuously until you press the escape button. What happens? After the last slide, PowerPoint automatically returns to the first slide. That's how it will be going. When it gets to the last slide, it will go back to the first slide, move. That is the option of this, what we have here, loops. So when I go, you see, if you notice, when I click browse at a kiosk, or the first option under show options is no more highlighted. It has taken it away because it's going to be static. But if you go back to presented by a speaker full screen, it has now. So if I click loop now, if I click this one now and I say loop continuously until escape, and I click OK, I have up to 16 slides. So, and I don't have that time. It will move until it gets to the 16th slide, go back to the first slide again, to the 16th slide, and then that's how it will be doing. So that is what we are saying there. So, but I didn't click that. So, example, they said a conference display sponsor advertisement continuously throughout the day. To stop the loop, press escape. Then we have the second one, show without narration. Purpose, ignores any recorded narration. What happens? Slide play without recorded voice explanations. Example, a lecturer records narration but later wants to present live without hearing the recordings. So we have the third one, show without animation. It will disable animations. What happens? Object appears immediately instead of animating. Example, if animations are causing technical problems during a seminar, they can be temporarily disabled. So that is what that one is saying. You can choose show without animations. And then the last one, we have disable hardware graphics acceleration. So those are the things that you can do. Then we have slideshow. This section determines which slides are displayed. A, all. Purpose, shows every slide in the presentation. Example, presentation contains 20 slides and all the 20 slides are displayed. So if you go there and you click, you see under the show slides, if you select all, it will display all. But if you only want to display, okay, what do you want it? I only want it to display from slide 1 to 5. And I say, okay. Now, I've pressed okay. Okay, let me also do something. Good. Let me say loop continuously until escape. Okay, let me click that. And I have chosen from 1 to 5 only. Okay, I've chosen presented by a speaker. That's what I've chosen now. Now let me click OK. Now, I want it to start from the first slide, Abi. Function F5. Now you will see now. When it gets to slide 5, take note, it will go back to slide 1. This is slide 1, oh. Just observe it. You know, we have timed it. So it's going to wait for some time before it will move by itself. So let's watch. It has gotten to the second one, oh. You can see. We are in the second slide. It moved by itself, oh. I didn't press anything. Now the third slide. I think this is the fourth slide. Then this is the fifth slide. It has gone back to the slide 1. You see now, it has gone back to slide 1. That's how it will continue to go. After slide 1 now, slide 2, slide 3, slide 4, slide 5. Then it will go back again. Slide 1, slide 2, slide 3, slide 4, slide 5. Go back again. So, but because of time, I don't have the time. So that is what we are talking about there. I think you have gotten that. So that is what we are saying. Then custom show. Purpose. Runs a previously created custom slideshow. Example, presentation contain now student version slide 1 to 15, management version slide 1 to 30. You can select the appropriate custom show. Now, you want to customize your show. It's still under slideshow, custom slideshow. When you click custom slideshow, then you click custom show. Now, you click new. When you click new, which ones do you want it to show? You want it to show slide 1, you tick it. Slide 2, slide 3, slide 4. Maybe those are the only 4. Then you click add. These are the 4. Maybe I want to remove this slide 4 now. I will say remove. If I want it to go back, I'll press Ctrl Z. Okay, I only remove it. So if I want to add it back, I will click that slide 4 again and say add. Okay, I want to move it up. Maybe I want that the 4th slide to come before practical example. I will say move up. You see, practical example has come down. If I say move down, it has come down. If I want it to move up, maybe to the first slide, I'll say up, up, up. I've taken it to the first slide now. If I want to move it down, 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 then I'll click OK. Then after clicking OK, I will say show. It only shows slide 1 to slide 4. Let's see what happens. I'm not pressing anything. That's the second one. Here's the second one. This is the third one. Practical example, that's the third slide. And this is the fourth one. Now, after this one now, it will go back to the first slide. It has gone back. So that is what custom slideshow does, because I customized it by myself. And that is on that. Then advanced slides determines how slide move from one to another. Whether you want it manually, presenter control slide advancement. What happens? Slide move only when mouse is clicked, spacebar is pressed, arrow key is pressed. So it's best for teaching, training, and meetings. Example, a statistics lecturer explains each formula before moving to the next slide. So that is for the manual approach. Using timing if present. Purpose, uses previously recording timings. What happens? Slide advances automatically based on rehearsed timings. Examples, suppose timings are Slide time. We have 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 15 seconds. PowerPoint advances automatically after these times. Useful for exhibition displays, self-running presentations, online presentations. Then we have multiple monitors. This section becomes available when more than only one display is connected. So a slideshow monitor, you see, purpose, select where slide will appear. Example, monitor 1, lecturer's laptop. Monitor 2, projector. Choose the projector as a slideshow monitor. Then you can use presenter view. I've explained that to you. It displays presentation view on one screen while the audience sees only the presentation. You know, I've explained all these ones, you know, to you. And then the slide on hypothesis testing that I explained the last time. So, so there are some, you know, some options and their functions are also stated. I'm going to attach this note to the Google Classroom. So that is on that. Now, where are we? I've explained creating custom slideshow. Example of that. Now, preparing for sharing. Preparing for sharing. So if you want to share, after you have done everything you wanted to do on your slides, you can convert to PDF or to video. Then you inspect for hidden information, protect files, and manage comments. So if you want to, for example now, if you want to save, you click File, Save As, then to PDF. And if you want to maybe convert to video, you will click File, Export, then create a video. It's useful for printing, online sharing, and self-paced learning. After you have saved as PDF or as video, you can share it for people to see. You can print it, and you can use it for self-learning. So if I want to maybe save now, I will just click File, Save As. Where do you want to save it? Okay, I want to save it in download. If your own is desktop, if your own is inside any folder, click it. Okay, I want it inside download. Then what comes up? It will tell you to enter the file name. I want to maintain this file name, week 8 PowerPoint guide, but save as type. I will now select and I will come to PDF. This is PDF. So if I choose PDF, then I will now say save, and it will save. But I'm not saving it as PDF. I'm only explaining. Now, if you want to create a video file, export, then you can see options here. Create Adobe PDF, create PDF XPS document, create a video. That's where we are going. Create an animated GIF, package presentation for CD, create handout, change file type. If you want to create a video, then what kind of video? Is it full HD or you want to, we have different options. We have HD 720p, we have 480, any one that you want to choose. You choose it and then you click create video. So, and then it will create automatically for you. That is how to do that. So time will not permit me. Then inspecting presentations. Go to File, Info, check for issues. You can remove hidden properties, comments, and personal information. Then important is very important before submitting presentations. So we go to File, Info, then you click check for issues. You see inspect documents, check accessibility. Inspect document. Check the presentation for hidden property or personal information. Check accessibility. Check the presentation for content that people with disabilities might find difficult to read. Check compatibility. Check for features not supported by earlier version of PowerPoint. So if you want to check, if you want to inspect documents, if you click this, then he said before you use document inspector, make sure you save your changes because the document inspector might remove data that can be restored later. Do you want to save your file now? So if you save it, then definitely it's going to inspect any issue that your presentation has and then correct them for you. So all these tasks, these are you just say inspect, okay? You see now, then it will inspect it for you. Any document that you don't want people to see, it will inspect it for you and remove them. That's the meaning. So then we can close it. I'm not inspecting. Okay, you can check accessibility if you like. Then you can also protect presentation. So let me explain this one. Meanwhile, before that, you can even, you see, you can add title to your PowerPoint presentation. You can tag it. Okay. Then, let me drag this one towards this side so that I can see what I'm. Now, you can decide to show all properties. Maybe there are some, okay, you want status, you want category, the subject, hyperlink based company, all those things. That is it. Then if you want to protect, you see now, these are the properties. The size of my PowerPoint slide that I created is 57.4 kilobytes. How many slides do I have there? I have 16 slides. Is there any hidden slide? No. What is it? How many words? 596. How many notes? 16 notes. How many? Okay, I want to add title and so on. You can do that. Then protect presentation. Always open read only. Prevent accidental changes by asking readers to opt in to editing. They will not be able to edit your slide. Encrypt with password. Requires a password to open the part. Before it will open it, you will need to enter the password. If I click encrypt now, put your password. But you must make sure the password you want to put, you are able to remember it, because if you cannot remember that password any longer, then you will not be able to open that slide again. So that is what this password is meant for. Then we have restrict access. Grant people access while removing their ability to edit. They will not be able to edit it. They will not be able to copy it. Neither will they be able to print. They will not be able to do anything. They'll just be looking at it like this. That's it. Add a digital signature. Ensure the integrity of the presentation by adding an invisible digital signature. You can decide to add signature. Then you can mark as final. Let readers know the presentation is final, nothing more. That's final. So you can mark it as final, and then all these things are what you can do. Don't forget, you go to File, you go to Info, then you can see all those things that I have explained about. So that's on that. I've talked about protection and restricting editing, encrypt with password, mark as final, restrict editing permissions, and so on. So adding and managing comments, review, New comment. Please hold on. Mute yourself. I will give room for question. Let me just finish. If you have question, you can just raise your hand, but mute yourself. So now, how can you add comments? Okay, I want to add comment. I'll go to view. Sorry. It's review, not view. You go to review. Okay, you want to add comment. You click new comment. And then when you click it, okay, what comment do you want to add? You can decide to add anything, maybe Anchor University is a citadel of learning, whatever. Then you can add it. If you want to cancel it, you click cancel. And then you click this close button, then there will be no more comments. So you go to review. Then if they've added any comments and then it's not showing, you show comments. So, and then you will see the comments pane there. It will show, and then you can also, maybe you want to comment on people's slide. You want them to say, you want to say something about what they have done. That's how to do that. You go to review, then you see comments, and then you add. So new comment, add suggestions and feedback, reply to comments, delete resolved comments. So we have been able to see, we've been able to look at all the topics under week 8. We have seen how we can run a slideshow, starting and navigating slideshow using presenter view. Then we have also looked at slideshow setup, rehearsing timings, setting up slideshow options, creating simple custom slideshows. And the last part, we have seen how we can prepare for sharing, saving in different formats, PDF, videos, inspecting presentations. You can also add some basic protection, password, restrict editing, and so on, add signature, and then adding and managing comments. So we have come to the end of today's class. If you have any question, you can signify by the raise of your hand. Emeka, do you have question?
Yes, sir, I do.
Yes, very quickly,
please, sir,
ask your question.
Where is your office, sir? Where is your office? Hello, sir.